Hello, it's Kate here from Prism Arts, and I'm bringing you a movement workshop inspired by your maquette or mannequin person that you should have received in your packs. So the first thing I want you to do, just give him a name. I think my maquette person might be called Martin. Martin the maquette. Yeah, that's what I'm going to go for. Or Martin the mannequin. What do we think? We like that? Yeah. So our maquette or mannequin person has lots of joints that move, a bit like some of ours. We have hips that wiggle and a wrist that can bend. Some things our maquette person, Martin, can do that's a bit extra and a bit special that maybe we can't do, like this. Whoa! Do you see that? Going all the way around. I'm not sure I can do that. But we're going to have a little explore of what we can do. So like any movement or drama workshop we do at Prism Arts, only do what you can do and what you're comfortable doing. Just check the space around you, make sure you've got a little bit of space, make sure you're in something comfortable in your clothing, and make sure you're not going to sort of slip or trip. Make sure you've got sensible shoes on, or like me, comfortable orange socks. So if you're ready, let's begin. As you can see, I'm not in the Prism Arts studio, I'm at home because we've been told we've still got to stay at home a little bit longer. But it just shows that we can be creative wherever we are and still have fun. I'm going to show you some options where we can do our movement standing up or sitting down, maybe on a bed or on a chair where Martin seems to be relaxing. Okay. We're going to start with a warm-up. So if you want to be extra warm, you can have a look at our previous videos and DVDs we've sent. There's some on YouTube to have a look at. Or if you're ready, let's begin. Okay, so on Martin, or whatever your maquette person is called, there are 15 points of flexibility. You see these gold studs? There's 15 of those, and each one means he can move, something different. Now we actually have many more points of flexibility, but we're just going to use the 15 that Martin's got as a starting point. Okay, so what we're going to do is, as a little guide to start warming us up, is, you know the game Simon Says? Well, we're going to do a bit of Martin Says. So Martin says, put our head this way. Now Martin can get his head, well, we saw before, all the way around, but we're going to drop it towards our shoulder. And we're just going to go as far as we can, comfortably. So if your head only goes to here, that's absolutely fine. If you can get your head all the way to your shoulder, that's absolutely fine too. So we're just going to see how far we can go towards our shoulder and back up again, and just feel the stretch in this side. And we're going to do that 3 times just down here. So we're copying Martin. Can we all see Martin? Okay, just as comfortable as you can, nice and slowly. Okay, and again. Ooh. Can you feel that stretch in here? Move my fluffy hair out the way. You see that stretching there? And back up and down again. Did you feel you got a little bit further that time? And now we're going to go the other way. Can you stretch a little bit further? Don't push yourself, just see what you can do. We're going to do this way 3 times, 2. 2. and 3. Feel that stretch through that neck there. Now, it doesn't matter if you only went a little bit or you went all the way. What you can do is keep hold of this maquette and practice that and see if you can stretch a little bit further. I can't get my head very far down because I get a lot of stress and tension in my neck. So I'm not very flexible there. So it's maybe something I need to practice. So if you just try that 3 times every day, maybe you can get a bit more flexible like Martin. Okay, so the next one, we're actually going to start down at the wrist, the join between, oops, going to drop him, between the hand and the lower arm. So between here and here. Doesn't matter which side you start on. So Martin, he can do it all the way around. And so I want us to have a go at going all the way around as well. We're going to do it 3 times. So you can do it in a fist, you can do your hand out, whatever's comfortable for you. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to do it the other way. Which way did I go? That way. 1, 2, 3. And now on this side, same again, all the way around. Ooh. Oh, see now Martin's got stuck. Sometimes we get stuck, that's absolutely fine. Okay, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 3 times the other way. 1, 2, 3. See if you can get your maquette to do it too. Oi, there we go. Now, onto these joins here. So do we know what this one is? That's our elbow. So warming this up a little bit. Now, again, he can go all the way around. We're not going to do that. We're just going to do 3 up and 3 down, like Mr. Muscle. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, nice and strong. Are you feeling strong? Okay, and on this side, same again. 1, 2, 3. And only go as far as you can. If your arm's only going to here, that's fine too. Just see what you can do. So you've done 3 on each side. Now we're at the shoulders. Now, our shoulders are a bit more funky than Martin's because ours can go up and down, whereas Martin's just do this. So we're going to copy Martin, but we're going to do a little bit more. So Martin is going to put his arms up and reach up high, and then bring his arms back down. We're going to do that 3 times, but we're going to add in a little extra where we roll our shoulders at the end. So we're going to go up, up, up and reach to the sky, but give it a little roll. So, hang on Martin. I'm going to take over just 1 second. I'm going to step back a little bit as well so you can see my arms. So reach up just as high as you can. So if you get to here, that's fine. But if you can reach higher, go for it. See how high you can reach for the sky. Ooh. See how tight your shoulders are like mine. We're going to reach up high for the sky again. Ooh. We're going to do it one more time. Reach up high for the sky. See how high you can reach this time. And then we're going to touch our shoulders. And we're going to do a nice roll. Lovely. Okay, we'll let Martin take back over again. So we've done this point here. We've done these points all down the arms. Now we go down to the hips. This join here. Let's see what happens next. Okay, so all of the arm and head exercises were the same if you were stood or seated, but now it gets a little bit different because we are here at the hips. So if we're stood 3 times, we're going to go, well, 3 on each side actually. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You could even put your hands, oops, come on Martin, play along. Oh dear me, Martin. There, you could even put your hands on your hips like Martin, be a bit sassy about it. Okay, you go up. You could put your hands on your hips and do that, okay? If you're seated, it's a little bit different. Oh, can we see me? Sort of. I'll try that again. You get a lovely close-up of my face. Right. If we're seated, you can put your hands on your hips if you like or not, it doesn't matter. We're going to try and just shift our weight a little bit. So we're still trying to lift the hip. So hip here, we're going to move the weight this way and lift the hip. 1, 2, 3, and rest. And then this way, weight this way. Try and get this bum. 1, 2, 3, and rest back to the middle. Okay, so that's the only difference there. Now we're on to our dancing legs. Diddy 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 diddy. So for this, we're actually going to start on our ankles, because whether you're seated or standing, it's the same. We're going to try, I know it's not quite the same on Martin, his foot actually goes all the way around, but we're going to do ankle circles 3 times on both feet. You don't have to do them at the same time though. So whether you're seated or standing, we're going to, oh, hang on. We're going to put our foot round in a circle. 1, 2, 3. You don't have to make it that difficult for yourself. So if you're standing, you can just do it, like lift your foot up a bit. But I was trying to get it on the camera so you could see. And do that on both feet. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Okay, now we're on to our knee join with Martin. So if we're seated, our knees are already bent. So what we're going to do if we're seated is stretch our knees. Stretch our knees? Is that a thing? We're going to stretch our legs forward, just 1 at a time, but try and do it 3 times on each leg. So we're sitting on the bed. We're going to just see how high we can raise each leg. I'll lean back a bit so you can see. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So we're stretching that knee joint. If we're stood up, our legs are straight. So we're going to bend them up. 1, 2, 3. We've got to do both legs. 1, 2, 3. Cool. Okay, so if we're seated, we've got 2 options. If we want to have a go at putting our legs outwards and go 3 times, going 1, 2, 3, you can have a go at that. Or if maybe we're in a chair that's got arms on, so we can't go sideways, have a go at doing 3 times forward, like when we were swinging the leg standing, but just seeing if we can put our leg up a little bit, going 1, 2, 3. See which one's best for you, or have a go at doing both. Okay, I hope you're feeling a little bit warmer. Now, on to the next section. What we're going to do is create a shape with our maquette or mannequin person and then recreate it in our own bodies. Again, you can do this standing or seated, and you can also do this with someone else. So if you live with other people, or maybe you have a support worker with you, or a carer, or maybe a parent or someone else in the house with you, you can get them to get involved as well. So get your little person, your Martin, whoever. Now I've just got Martin on this book just to sort of show you. And he's holding on to this bit of elastic so that I try not to lose him. But you can obviously do this on a table or on the floor, or getting someone else to hold it. And what I want you to do is create a shape. It could be a simple shape or a more complex, interesting one. And then we're going to have a go at repeating it in our own bodies. So something quite simple. I'm going to go for, oops, sorry, there we are. There, can we all see that? So head tilted, one arm up, one arm down, legs slightly apart. So I'm just going to pop that down. So legs slightly apart, head tilted, one arm up with a hand tipped, one arm down with the hand out. It was sort of like that with the head tip. Okay, so I was able to do that one quite easily, so maybe I should make it a little bit harder. Okay, so maybe we're gonna, what should we do? Two arms up. Ooh. Trying to make it too hard. What should we try? Let's try one leg up, one leg there. What do we think about that? Should we give it a go? Now, it doesn't matter if you can't do it exactly. It's about trying to find this shape and exploring it. So, it doesn't matter if my leg doesn't go up there. It's about seeing how I get to that point. So that's the shape. We'll see if I can give it a go. Oops. Martin's saying, I don't think you'll get your leg up there. We'll try, Martin. We can only try. Okay, so let's give it a go. So one leg was standing. One arm was sort of going like, what, that? Do we think? Was that what it was? One arm was sort of doing that, very near the head. Oh no, now it's for the difficult leg. One leg was down, standing, and one was sort of, I'm going to do it quickly. Up here. Okay, so let's have an example where we're seated to see the difference. So, Martin here, let's have him with one bent leg, which is the same while we're seated with a bent leg, but one straight leg. So while we're seated, how can we make a straight leg? Popping it straight forward. And we'll have one straight arm, maybe going out to the side, and one bent arm. So one bent arm, one bent leg in our chair, one straight leg going forwards, and one straight arm, maybe going sideways, could be going upwards. That's actually quite difficult to do. So have a little experiment. Have a little play with this now. So press pause on here and have a little play and experiment and have some little shapes with your Martin, with your Maquette, and see where you can go, see what shapes you can make and get into, and find how you get into them. So how you get from this position to wherever it might be, what steps you take to get there. Have a little think about that and then come back to me. So did you enjoy that? Are you feeling a bit warmer? I know I am. Maybe you found it a little bit difficult as well. I know I struggle with getting those legs moving. But that's okay. It's about finding what you can do and exploring how you can get that body moving. Now, talking about moving our bodies a bit more, I want to find how we can get Martin helping us moving from A to B. So I want you to find 2 shapes for Martin to do, and we're going to explore the movement in between. So this is going to be our shape 1 for Martin, a hand up here, ooh la la, and a leg, oh you can't see, oh, flicking behind. That's going to be shape 1. And then shape 2, I'm going to bend at the hips, I think, and bring that arm down, and maybe bend that leg and bend that arm. What do we think about that? Do you like that shape? Bend that arm, Martin, behave. There. So shape 1, if we remember, was sort of like going ooh la la with that arm down there, and you can't see my leg, but I'll do it really big. Ooh, flicking behind. Okay, that's shape 1. And then shape 2, the arms were down but open, the legs bent and leaning forward. Now, what I want you to explore is how you get between 1 and 2, from A to B. What movement do you do to get from here down to here? Where do you go? What do your arms do? What do your legs do? Can you do something in between? So have a little explore. I think I might go, ooh, do a little spiral. What else could I do though? Let's think. I could wave my hand and drop. Have a little explore about what you could do between the moves. So when we're thinking about moving from A to B, it can be simple or it can be complex. It can be as interesting, as long or as short as you want it to be. So here's Martin. Let's just look at one tiny bit of Martin. Let's look at his hand, his wrist and his elbow. So his hand, his wrist and his elbow, those 2 joins there. Okay, this bit here, and on us, this bit here. So whatever you've picked as your first move, and then your second, think about where your hand and your elbow and your wrist are, and where they go. So for me, remember it was here, and then it ended up down there. How are we going to get them from there to there? That's the quickest, isn't it? Just going, poof. But is there a different way? Could we stretch really slow and reach down? Could we do speedy? Could we do it in slow motion? How else could we do it? Could you think of some other examples? How can you get your hand and your wrist and your elbow from this position to that position? Have a little explore. And then if you want, have a go with your own examples, with using your maquette, your mannequin, your person, whatever you've called your Martin, by making shapes with him, her, them, and seeing how you can get from A, one shape, to B, and exploring all the moves in between. Have some fun and then come back to me. Did you enjoy that? Did you get to work with someone else as well? I've been doing lots of slow and really fast things. So I'm quite warm now. Whew, need to take a moment. Okay, so the last little thing that I'd like to work with you on is thinking about how we can go from A to B, not just exploring how we get there, but what we feel as we get there. So whether we're stood or seated, it's about what we're portraying outwards. If we were stood on a stage, if this was a show, what would people think? What would they see when they watched us? So when we think about our positions, our shapes we make with our maquettes, what are they saying? What does this say? What does a head tilt say compared to a head up strong? Does that say something different? What does a person who stands, come on, thank you, Martin. What does a person who stands like this say compared to a person who stands, come on, Martin, who stands like this? Do you think they maybe say different things? So for the very last bit of our movement, whether you want to move and take up the whole space in your room, or whether you just want to do a nice small movement seated where you are, I want you to have a think when you move from A to B with the shapes that you've made about what your story you're telling. Who's this person? Who is Martin? Who's Kate? What story are you telling? So when you go from shape A to shape B, what is that? Is A, ooh, hello, I'm a dancer. Do, 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 do. And then maybe I've done a big performance and then I take my bow. Maybe that's the story. What about your story? What shapes are you going to make? I can't wait to see what you explore. Maybe you can share them with us as well. I hope you have lots of fun and I hope you really enjoyed this. All right. Have fun, keep safe. Bye.